today I thought we'd talk about low waste or zero waste and what I've started to do. So I've always kind of been a minimalistic type person. My personality is just efficiency. I don't want to spend hours putting on makeup, doing my hair, putting on an outfit. I just want to get ready and go. So minimalism has definitely helped me there. That's going to be a whole other video though of how I kind of gradually got into minimalism, what I'm still pretty much doing. And then that also goes for low waste or zero waste, which is what I want to talk about in this video. So like with anything, it's a process, and I've always had in the back of my head, being conscious about what I'm buying, what I'm throwing away, that sort of thing, where my stuff is coming from. And over the years, I've gotten even more and more conscious about it, but now I kind of want to go a step further and actively do low waste options. And since we're back in Bremerton, we have tons of space. There's this entire room, and if it's echoey, I apologize, but there's this entire room. And it will eventually be a guest bedroom. I'm on the hunt for a bed, preferably a queen size, gotta get a mattress, all that good stuff. But like I said, with everything, it is a process. No one's going to be zero waste or low waste overnight. But I think every step we make to get closer and closer to reducing our waste is a plus. So for this video, I wanted to kind of talk about and go through what I did yesterday, and that was a self-care routine that I normally do. But this time, I wanted to use some of the low-waste swaps that I've found. Okay, so one of the swaps that I tried out was, instead of using my tea gel by Neutrogena, which is used for severe dandruff. I can't pronounce the name, so I'll just pop it up right here. But I've had this since I was 10 years old. I had no idea what it was. I just kind of suffered through it. And it wasn't until maybe in high school that I Googled what it was and found out that tea gel can help the symptoms. And so I used it, it worked wonders, I loved it. I've actually never had symptoms after that until just recently. And I think it might be because my diet is off, I'm not drinking as much water, and stress and some other environmental factors. But anyways, I started to get it back. So I did some research, and apparently you can do some hair rinses. And the one that works the best is apple cider vinegar. However, I also wanted to try something else with my apple cider vinegar hair rinse, and I did some research on some other hair rinses that you can make, and there's some really cool ones with lavender, with rosemary, with chamomile, because each one has its different properties that it can do to your hair. What I wanted to try was the chamomile one, because apparently it's supposed to help with brightening your highlights. I boiled some chamomile tea because I heard that you don't have to actually have the flower or the herb. If you have tea, it will do the same thing. So that's what I did. I boiled some chamomile? Is it chamomile? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna say chamomile because girl from Oklahoma. Anyway, so I boiled some chamomile tea, and as that was boiling, I went ahead and ran my bath, getting it all bubbly and self-care-y, if you will. And one of the other things that I really love to do when I'm taking a bubble bath is watch a documentary. So I always set my laptop up on the toilet or somewhere that it will not fall into the bathtub. And the documentary that I've been watching lately is on Disney Plus. It's Treasures of Egypt, I believe. It's really good. I enjoy it. So by this time, my tea was done boiling, so I took it off of the stove and let it steep for a little while longer while I actually took my bath. So I went ahead, took my bath, and normally when I take my bath, Mav is in there with me. He's normally with me all the time. So after my bath, I let the water drain and went and got my apple cider vinegar, this baby right here. So I heard that you're supposed to get the apple cider vinegar that's with the mother, and that is at 5% acidity, which you can find, it says ingredients, and then it will say diluted with water to 5% acidity. I poured the water into my mason jar, which was cooled off by now, and then poured the apple cider vinegar. Now, one of the other things that I'm doing for, well, minimalism and decluttering, but also for low waste, is using up my products. So I have a couple of travel size conditioners and shampoos that I've refilled for traveling, and they've just been sitting there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna use these up, because that's another swap I'm doing. Instead of buying liquid shampoo and conditioner, I'm actually going to transition over to bar shampoo and conditioner. So when I got back into the bathtub, I just flipped my head forward so I could pour it directly on that, since my eczema of the scalp, if you will, is like right in this back section where like my neck meets my head. But I will say it smells like vinegar. But if you drink kombucha and you're fine with that smell, like that's what I smell like. I smell like kombucha. The other swap I did for my self-care is, instead of doing a face mask like I would normally do, I opted to try out grapeseed oil. So there's two reasons why I bought grapeseed oil. First reason, for my face. I tend to get acne along my chin area, especially when I am stressed. Hormonal changes, change of environment, like that is just where I get acne. And I heard that grapeseed oil is not only really moisturizing to your face, but will act as a toner to your face. There's a lot of antioxidants in it. And then also, it is supposed to help with acne. My face today feels so soft. Like it really does. I just rubbed it in my hand or in my fingers and just kind of spread it around my face, a little bit onto my neck and under my chin. And I left it on there. And I didn't wash my face this morning, but it doesn't feel oily. It feels so soft. That acne that I had down here is actually like dried up. And the second reason is I saw that you can actually use it for frizzy hair. And that is my biggest thing, that I have never, ever, ever been able to find like an anti-frizz shampoo, anti-frizz conditioner, anti-frizz serum that I can use. Because like for my hair, I have curly hair, okay? But the top layer doesn't curl, it just kind of waves and like is poofy. It's so poofy, and that's always my problem. Serums and anti-frizz things, it just makes my hair oily or like crunchy or like just not what I want my hair to feel like. The other thing is like shampoo and conditioners that are like, oh, it's for anti-frizz, doesn't work. It doesn't. So I decided that I would give grapeseed oil a try. Not only does it just feel good, but there's no frizz. Like, can you see this? There's like none. My hair lays. These little pieces are curly. Like, it's curly and it's not frizzy and it's beautiful. I love it. And that's another video I want to do, is kind of like my hair journey, because like I went through some changes and it's actually really interesting. It's embarrassing and it's funny. All of the haircuts I did, all of the like hair dyes I did, how damaged I just like destroyed my hair. And now that it is healthy and loving itself and thriving, it's like this whole journey. And I think that would be a really fun video to do. Also, maybe give hope to others that even if you ruin your hair, you can still bring it back to life. Okay, so those are some of the swaps that I did for my self-care routine. I do plan on adding more and more and more and swapping more. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. I am also on Instagram if you'd like to follow me there. And if this kind of content, exploring lifestyle and zero waste, low waste, sustainability, minimalism, just an all-around healthy kind of lifestyle, if that's the kind of stuff that you're into and the content that you like to watch, then go ahead and subscribe. I'll be posting, I think once a week is probably a good amount. So subscribe for that, and I'll see you in my next one.